Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to this tarot card reading made for watchers of true crime and intended for a mature audience. This tarot reading explores the relationship between 22-year-old travel blogger Gabby Petitto and her fiancé, 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, and why Brian murdered Gabby 8 weeks into their van life road trip. Brian and Gabby met in high school and had a breakup makeup relationship before they got engaged in July 2020. The next year, on July 2nd, 2021, they set off on a 4-month road trip. On August 12th, police were told by witnesses that Brian was hitting Gabby and trying to take her cell phone. Body cam footage by Moab, Utah police officers shows Gabby admit to starting the fight by slapping Brian. She downplays Brian's actions. She says that this had never happened before, and she begs the officers not to separate her and Brian for the night, which the police said they are required to do. About 2 weeks later, on August 27th, Gabby and Brian are seen arguing as they leave a restaurant in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And that's the last time Gabby is seen alive. On September 1st, Brian returned to his parents' Florida home in Gabby's van, but without Gabby. Her body was found a couple weeks later, and an autopsy revealed blunt force injuries to her head and neck and manual strangulation. Brian's suicide note ultimately confesses that he killed Gabby. In this reading, I want to look at the key factors of their relationship and why Brian killed Gabby. So I'm going to start off with the Revolving Time Oracle to ask whether the incident on August 12th was the first time Gabby and Brian actually got into a physical fight. Interesting. So here we have this card of curiosity says yes. And this is the equivalent of the Page of Swords. So according to this card, it could be that, just immature thoughts and actions contributed to this fight. And, she said it was their first fight. This is what the card says that was. So I'm going to use the Tarot of Haunted House for the rest of this reading. And I'm going to start out by seeing what the state of Gabby and Brian's relationship was when they started out on their road trip. We have here the King of Swords. So here, it seems like there was a clear, it was like they were trying to be adult about it. They were trying to kind of make some clear-headed decisions about their future. So I'm going to go ahead and get a clarification card for that. We also have the Queen of Cups here. So, it's interesting. You have the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. Kings are associated with the element of air, and so are swords. So you've got like this double air, masculine thought, action, problem-solving type of energy. And then queens are associated with the element of water, and so are cups. So you've got this like double water energy going on, where it's really all about emotions and connections. And so you've got this more feminine, receptive, and this more masculine, active energy. At least they were kind of the state of the relationship. It seems like they were trying to be adult and make decisions about the relationship, but there was also a sense of really deep emotions going on there. So let's see what was good about their relationship. Well, we have here the Chariot. So what was good about the relationship, it seems like they tried to kind of deal with outside drama, outside, opposition to them, and kind of move forward. It could be that this van life road trip was supposed to be something that was good. That was the intention there. I'm going to clarify this card. We have the Strength card. So for what was good about their relationship, it was like they wanted to like work together to overcome certain obstacles, and they were trying to almost like use each other for support, and also as a mirror for themselves, to kind of see. It's almost like they used each other as like sounding boards for their own thoughts, um, for what they wanted or how they felt, because they weren't really sure um, about where exactly they wanted to go. So here, let's see what was bad about the relationship. Okay, so here we have the Knave or the Page of Wands. So this is, it's like a feisty energy, wanting to explore, test limits, break, certain rules. So there is an immature energy of being possibly swept away by passions. I'm going to clarify that. We have the Seven of Swords, and this is a card of deception. It's a card of lying, stealing, cheating. So here it's what was bad is kind of immature energies, breaking rules, probably not really being honest with themselves or with each other about a lot of things. So let's see how Gabby contributed to the relationship being bad. So here we have the Queen of Wands. So it seems like she would be very much like a force to be reckoned with. Like she wouldn't hold back, kind of did what she wanted to do. She's very passionate at times, and kind of really wanted to be almost center of attention without any types of consequences. I'm going to clarify that. We have the Knight of Swords here. So this is also kind of this energy of needing to say something or do something right then and there, like jumping into the mix, but not really having a game plan. So these two kind of energies is like just not backing down and almost taking action before you really see all the elements that are there, the consequences of certain actions, or even to see like the end result or the point of something. So let's see how Brian contributed to the relationship being bad. We have here the Three of Wands. So it could be that he was kind of like looking, like kind of wanting something different for the relationship. Perhaps she was thinking he was, wanting to leave her, or it's like he was yearning for something that was separate from her, and somehow that made that bad for the relationship. So I'm going to clarify this. We have the Knight of Wands here. So this is similar to the Knight of Swords in that kind of rash action, kind of jumping into something, but this is more like him trying to, really follow what his passion is. Maybe his passion wasn't her passion. To some degree, it could be that he was thinking about, leaving the relationship, trying to pursue someone else. So I guess that was possibly it, according to Gabby, maybe something bad, because it seems like she really wanted to be center of attention, and she needed to kind of fix everything right then and there, or address everything right then and there. And Brian was more kind of, possibly just trying to look for different things that he wanted to pursue without necessarily focusing just on Gabby. So let's see what external factors negatively affected their relationship. We have here the Ace of Swords. So this is a card of like truth, victory, communication, and the swords You can use it to defend, you can use it to attack. So I'm going to clarify that. Something outside of their relationship could be how people see something. The Ace of Swords is supposed to be seen as like a victory, something good, but you see in this deck of cards, there's like blood in the background. So I'm going to clarify that. We have here the 10 of Wands. So external factors, it could be that, Gabby said they both had anxiety and she had certain stress in her life. So in terms of external factors negatively affecting the relationship, she was this travel blogger, possibly felt putting a lot of pressure on them and their travels, and what it was that they were sharing about themselves, and their adventures. So I think even though there was the hope that it would make things stronger, it could be that it was too much honesty. They're spending all this time together in this van, and how they communicate, the things that they share, the things that they don't share, the stressors that they have. It could be that they just hadn't figured out how to deal with that, considering they used each other as a sounding board, and were trying to. It's almost like they were trying to also navigate their own emotions, and just not being aware of what they wanted in life. So let's see here. What was happening with Brian and Gabby that resulted in Brian killing Gabby? Because we don't know if he just killed her just straight out, or if they were in the middle of a fight or anything like that. We have here the King of Cups. So it seems like whatever was going on, there was an attempt for some type of emotional stability. Perhaps they were having like a heart-to-heart about something. So I'm going to clarify this. We have here the Page of Pentacles. So it could be that they were having a heart-to-heart about their resources, their money, what the plan was going forward. According to the Laundrie family attorney, Brian flew back to Florida on the 17th of August, and then returned and met up with Gabby on, I believe, the 23rd of August. He went to go retrieve more supplies because they were going to extend their road trip. So it could be that they were talking about their resources and really kind of trying to have a heart-to-heart about where things were going, not only in their trip, but their relationship. So I'm going to get another card to clarify this. We have here the Death card. So it could be, death is about endings, loss. It's usually not about literal death. Here this question is about what was happening that was resulting in Gabby's death. But I think it could be that they were having an honest heart-to-heart and possibly like breaking up. So let's see what was on Gabby's mind in the moments before Brian killed her. So we have here the Fool. So here, the Fool is about new beginnings, being on your own, and opening up your heart, your mind to certain possibilities, or all the possibilities, and having limitless possibilities. So it seems like it could be Gabby was breaking up with Brian and kind of wanting to, live life on her own, wanting to experience life on her own. And you can see in this deck the look on this person's face. It's of kind of running away from something, and kind of like a horror, as opposed to enjoying it. So it could be she was breaking up with him, trying to be the bigger person, and Brian didn't like that. So let's see what was on Brian's mind in the moments before he killed Gabby. We have here the Nine of Wands. So it feels like he was, thinking he was unsupported. You can see this person kind of exited this maze. So it's like he feels like he went through this huge maze and put in a lot of energy and time. Just seems like just frustrated that he was, unsupported here, possibly left alone. So it does seem like she was breaking up with him at that point. So let's see, why did Brian kill Gabby? So here, this is the interesting. This is like the Knave of Swords, equivalent to the Page of Swords, which here this Curiosity card is also equivalent to the Page of Swords. Um, so in terms of like why he killed her, it's again that immature energy of just impulsively making a decision, impulsively, um, you know, thinking something. They're not as mature as the Knight of Swords, who kind of needs to say something or act and really isn't aware of the consequences yet. The Page of Swords is even less aware of the consequences, and is even more just that I think of the Page of Swords as like a kid who gets a present, like a sword present for, I don't know, Christmas or birthday, and just like unwraps it without really caring about the instructions and just starts swinging it around without thinking about the consequences. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this Page of Swords. We have here the Nine of Pentacles. So I think here the Nine of Pentacles is kind of, you see this lady here on her own, enjoying the rewards of her hard work, kind of living independently and free. And I feel like Brian, he killed her because he just wanted to prevent Gabby from being on her own, from, they had set out on this road trip together. She was the one doing the travel blogs, and it's almost as if he was upset that she was kind of going to do this without him and reap the rewards of that, and he didn't want to see her being successful without him, and it was almost like a rash decision to kill her. So this is what I have for now. See you next time. Until then, stay on your toes and take care.